Jam.
Yeah. Jam-a-rooski.
Live jam.
It's biting me a little. Interesting. A little. It was giving me just a little bit. Not enough to really hurt, but it's definitely.
So you're not bleeding, but you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. What'd you think of that?
You know, it was kind of interesting. After your comments about the bite, I was careful to keep my my web down, because that's a very thin area there between the back strap and that slide. So I didn't get a bite. I got a little bit of grease marks there, but it wasn't from contact, just spray, I think. But I guess on either the first or second round, we'll have to look at the video. I must have limp wristed it a little bit, because a piece of brass came back.
I thought I saw that.
Face,
yes.
And I don't know whether that's a function. Now it could also be weak ammo, I guess. I'll blame myself and say I limp wristed it.
Well, it is Winchester White Box,
so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't have a lot of rise to it, and for a lightweight 9mm, you know, that's a good thing. I don't know. Let's put another couple mags to it and see how it does.
All right.
Getting used to it definitely helps a little bit. Still getting some grease splatter there, which is not, you know, neither here nor there really. But honestly, that back strap right there has these little grooves in it that you definitely feel as you're shooting it. So even though the slide isn't catching me, that back strap with those little grooves is. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a huge complaint. It's not terribly uncomfortable, but I would bet that after 10 mags, I'll probably have red marks on my hands pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
I guess as soon as you hit the mag release.
I guess so. I might have done it with my middle finger, just from gripping it too hard. That's interesting.
That's crazy.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Indeed.
It was either that or one other thing I'll talk about in a second. Yeah, it's definitely snappy. I wouldn't say this is a light gun, but the recoil impulse on it I think is pretty sharp. It feels just almost like a straight blowback to me, really, just the sharpness of it, which is a little bit surprising. My hand is it's definitely getting pretty eaten up from something, either like what Tony said with the grip safety, or just the slide coming back and hitting it. Hand's getting pretty torn up. This is not the most fun range toy, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad carry choice. I like the way it feels a lot. Just, you know, feels in the hand. I think the slimness of the gun and the shortness of the grip would definitely make for a nice carry piece, but it's not the funnest shooting piece out there. So let's shoot it some more and see if our opinion changes. So here's something I'm finding out. So you see the little recess in the mag well. So when I just wrap my hand around it, I don't really have big hands. When I wrap my fingers around this, you can see fingers kind of overhang there. And when I insert the magazine, it tends to just hit my finger and stop. I'm not sure if that's what happened before, or if I just accidentally hit this magazine release here with my middle finger. Okay, so I'm going to try to shoot this for accuracy at a nice distance, nice long distance of 5 yards here. I'm going to see what type of group this thing shoots, just for sort of self-defense range, not for any sort of actual marksmanship. All right, let's take a look at the target.
All right, and
There we go.
that's not bad.
So yeah, it's not too bad. I'll stay in close to it.
Now, what kind of ammo was that?
Now that was just regular Winchester white box 115 grain stuff. And up next, I'm gonna put some Spear Gold Dot 124 grain plus P through it. The gun's rated for plus P, so we're gonna see exactly if it chokes up on the hollow point ammo or see how it exactly handles this hot stuff. If you saw that. Yep. You know, I felt like something was going on with the gun, and take a look at that round in there. It looks like a chunk has been taken out of the copper on the copper bullet there, and that's a. It looks like the hollow point round did not make it up the feed ramp.
And for a self-defense gun, that's really not a great thing.
Yeah, that's not a good thing at all. This is the second malfunction that we've gotten out of this thing. Less than 50 rounds, I believe.
Yeah, less than 50.
Yeah, so this is not looking too good.
8th magazine.
Yep. Now I'm going to tap and rack this thing.
7th magazine.
Oh yeah, 7th magazine. 7 rounds, 7 magazines. So 7 rounds per magazine. I'm going to tap and rack this thing the same you would in a defensive situation to see if that will correct this. Okay, I just smacked it, slide one forward, let's see if it shoots.
Okay, so that might have been a magazine not seated properly issue?
Maybe.
But, earlier, so let's see if it continues to give us issues.
Yeah, let's see what happens to this. See, that last brass came back and hit me right on top of the head. So every now and then it's coming back. 1 out of a magazine of 7. Sometimes it's the last one, sometimes it's the second one. Though every now and then you'll get one to come back, hit you in the face, hit you on top of the head.
So a sporadic ejection pattern?
Yeah, pretty sporadic ejection.
Let's see how the accuracy was on that.
Yeah. So this one, I was shooting
at the right-hand target.
Shooting at the right
one
target.
hole there, right?
Yeah. The one in the middle was already there.
Okay.
So it's not a terrible group, not terrible accuracy out of this.
No, it's really not.
Not good for accuracy, but I don't like that sort of reliability out of this gun. I mean, I would expect out of the first, out of 50 or 100 rounds, like no malfunctions really, especially out of less than 50, no malfunctions. Now shooting this hotter plus P ammo through it, I can really feel that slide, like almost buckle. I don't know a good way to put it, but I could feel the gun straining to handle the plus P. Seems like it's definitely better to use standard pressure ammunition out of this.
But it is rated for plus P, isn't it?
Yeah, it says plus P right on the barrel.
Okay.
I mean, it should be okay, but it doesn't feel okay. It doesn't feel like it should be.
Two things before we pass judgment. Let's when we're done here, let's do a little bit of research. One, I would be curious about the break-in procedures, because this is a brand new gun. And I think it only had 1 magazine through it before we started shooting it today. So if they recommend a break-in procedure, that might negate some of the issues with reliability. The other that I see as a definite issue is the magazine issue, because that's twice that the magazine has not fully seated out of 7 magazines, right? Yeah.
That's probably the second time. It's either the magazine not seating, even though I'm giving it a couple whacks there. Either the magazine's not seating, or just the way the magazine releases. Maybe I'm holding the gun too tight, and it's doing it.
It is an ambidextrous release, right?
Yeah.
So pressure from either side could be popping.
Yeah,
out.
and that's what I think it is. I think it's my middle finger on my right hand hitting the release that's on the right side.
Okay.
I think that might be happening. I mean,
but either way, you don't want your magazine coming out, and especially in a life and death situation.
Yeah, you don't want jams. You don't want your magazine falling out, and it seems to have problems with both of those. Now, other than reliability, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but my hand's pretty raw right now. It's pretty sore from the slide coming back and rubbing it.
And that's about how many rounds have you fired?
5 or so 7-round magazines.
Okay. So 30 or 35 rounds.
Yeah, not a whole lot of ammo to be shooting through it, and yeah, it's not a good shooting gun. It's not a good feeling gun to shoot. I wouldn't. You need to shoot a gun. That's the thing with a carry gun, is you need to shoot it a lot so that you know the gun's reliable. You know that you know how to shoot it, and I mean, if a gun just, you know, if it's beating you up, and then you're a lot less likely.
So what you're saying is you'd be less likely to shoot this as much as you should because of the way it treats you when you do shoot it?
Yeah, pretty much exactly. It doesn't feel good at all. It's really snappy, so it's not really that fun for that. You know, we did slow motion with the Glock 19 and this. Definitely the Glock 19 is a smoother shooting gun. I would say pretty close on weight, actually, maybe the Glock 19 being a little heavier. But, you know, it's thicker than this, and I don't know if I could recommend this gun. I definitely recommend that you go out and shoot it for yourself and see what you think. I love the fact that there's a gun that's just, you know, not your stereotypical tilting barreled, you know, like blowback gun. So it's nice that it's different, being a Peterson system, but I don't know. I wish it was more. I wish it was better. The first thing that I thought of when I picked it up was, wow, you know, it feels really nice. Feels really great in my hand, but I don't know if I could carry this and shoot it. Really, I don't think it would replace a Glock or another, you know, polymer framed Wonder 9. Kind of disappointing, but I still kind of like this gun in a weird way. It's kind of just almost like a neat gun, maybe to collect and not really carry or depend your life on. But I appreciate everyone watching. A shout out to Talon Ranges for letting me shoot here and shoot their gun. And if you're in Tallahassee and you're looking for a good range to shoot at, I definitely recommend Talon Range. Really cool guys, a really nice range. And if you would please subscribe, that helps me out. And I'll see you next time.